For years, there has been a lot of speculation about the fourth phase of the MCU and what movies will be included in it. If you didn't know, we are currently in phase 3 of the MCU and have been given no idea of what we can expect in the future of Marvel movies. So I wanted to make my own video, like a lot of people previously have, going over what I believe could be in the upcoming slate of Marvel movies. Last year, Marvel claimed 9 release dates for new movies, 3 every year until 2022, so this is what I will be considering phase 4 in my list. It's also worth noting that this slate most likely won't include the Fox characters due to these release dates being bought before the Disney-Fox deal, and we could possibly see something similar to Spider-Man Homecoming, where a 4th release is introduced every year to accommodate new characters, which I personally think would be ideal anyway, because as we get into this list, you will see that 3 movies a year really isn't enough to continue introducing new characters as well as continuing the stories of established heroes. Anyway, onto the list. The first movie will be Spider-Man Far From Home. There isn't really much to say about this. It's coming in July 2019 and is the sequel to Homecoming. It's set after Infinity War. The film will take place all over the world as opposed to just New York, and reportedly will feature the villain Mysterio. Next release on my list is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Not much is known about the third movie, however it is confirmed that James Gunn's script will be used, meaning it will in some way centre around Rocket, as he previously confirmed on Twitter. It's also worth noting that he did also confirm that Adam Warlock will not feature in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, as he just wanted to introduce him for the sake of future Marvel movies being able to use him. But it is, of course, entirely possible that this can change with a new director coming in. They may want to do things differently than Gunn would, so they may change the script or the plot. It's anyone's guess. I would expect Guardians 3 to release May 2020. The third movie in Phase 4, in my opinion, if that is the right word, is Black Widow. Not a lot of people realise that this is the furthest along in terms of actually being made, besides Guardians 3 and Far From Home, with Jack Schaefer being hired to write the script back in January, and Kate Shortland brought on to direct in July, as well as Scarlett Johansson returning as Black Widow herself. Nothing is known about the plot at this time, and I won't waste time speculating because, let's face it, it's anyone's guess as to what happens. A Marvel movie is reportedly beginning production midway through next year, which I could definitely see being Black Widow, which would give it a July 2020 release date. Fourth on my list is Doctor Strange 2. In the past few weeks, there has been a bit of news about Doctor Strange 2. First of all, confirming it is in fact happening. Then Cumberbatch has signed on to return. And now people think it is the movie filming mid-next year. But I personally believe it will likely film around the end of 2019, which would put it in the third release slot of November 2020. The director, Scott Derrickson, did state that he wants Nightmare to be the villain, even going as far as considering him for the first movie earlier on, but scrapping the idea. So I would consider it likely that Doctor Strange 2 will feature Nightmare. Fifth on the list is Black Panther 2. Ryan Coogler was confirmed to be returning to direct and write the sequel. However, that is all that is known about this movie at the moment, or at least that is all that I know. I had put this in the February 2021 slot due to it being about 3 years since the first movie, and that being how long Marvel tends to leave between movies in their franchises. Sixth on my list is The Eternals. This is here because Kevin Feige has recently shown a fair bit of interest in making a movie based around this team of characters, as well as this being a May release, which is when Marvel's team movies tend to be released. There has been some speculation that this movie is a cover for an X-Men movie, due to it coming about after the Fox-Disney deal, and it honestly being quite an odd pick for characters to make a movie about, considering some of the ones they could use. Personally, I would prefer this due to the fact that I know nothing about these characters, and I'm excited for the X-Men. Anyway, I'm going to put this as the May 2021 release. Number 7 of my Phase 4 slate is a sequel to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't really know much about what could happen in this movie, considering Ant-Man and the Wasp didn't really set much up, besides maybe stature, which I would honestly really enjoy because it would be so different considering there hasn't been a superhero in a movie that is quite literally a child. Not including Shazam because he turns into an adult when he uses his powers. So it would be an interesting new avenue to explore. Other than that, I have no idea what could happen in this movie. Maybe Ghost could show up again? Who knows? Anyway, I can see this being put in the November 2021 slot. Number 8 on my list is going to be Captain Marvel 2. I think that this movie will likely see the return of the Skrulls to modern day MCU, and also set up the Secret Invasion story, but other than that, I can't really say much else because the first one isn't out yet, and I don't know much about the character. So I'm going to put this in the February 2022 slot. The 9th movie of this version of Phase 4 is going to be Avengers 5, or some kind of big MCU team-up kind of movie. It's likely going to be a team-up movie anyway, due to it being a May release slot, so it's more than likely that this would be Secret Invasion due to it being possibly set up in the Captain Marvel movies. Maybe in a post-credit scene for Captain Marvel, a character can be revealed as a Skrull, setting up the beginning of the next Avengers movie, similar to the mid-credit scene of Ragnarok, which set up the Infinity War opening. Who knows what could happen, honestly. Anyway, this is my pick for the May 2022 release. So the final movie on the schedule, set to release in July 2022, could be honestly anything. I genuinely have no idea at all. It could be a Nova movie, a Moon Knight movie, maybe Miss Marvel, Ghost Rider, that would be cool. But I haven't got a single idea for what they could or should release here, and I would love to know what you think, so let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, that is it for my list. Do you agree? If so, leave a like on the video. Or do you think that some movies are wrong and should be switched out? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more videos coming soon.